Good evening, disc golfers, and welcome to a special edition of the 19th hole. I am your host, Eddie Wooders, and alongside me, as always, my co-host, Mike Dunn. Mike, who is this guy?
I tell you what, baby, we're in town, and it's about to get on.
That's right. We're about to get down here in Emporia, and we are getting down first with Gregg Barsby. Gregg, thank you, bro. Dude, I know you're so busy,
Eddie.
man.
Hell yeah.
Mike,
unbelievable.
thank you guys for having me, man. I'm happy to be here. What's up, y'all?
Man, we got to give some shout outs real quick just to our DJs. We got Farm DJ, that's PHARM DJ. Alex B, thank you so much. And we got Shando that's doing our outro tonight.
Yeah, come on.
Shando?
Yeah, Shando. You know Dan Shando name?
Absolutely not.
Oh, bro.
It sounds cool.
Yeah, if you don't get in on his music, you are missing out, bro.
Respect.
I'm telling you.
All right,
All right, let's take it from the top right now. Jeremy Rusko, thank you for Dynamic Disc, doing everything you're doing. But
Putting on this event.
let's talk about Doug
an
Bierkes.
event.
Doug Bierkes is our boy, right?
Of course he is.
Right, and look at
Colorado
what he's
boy.
done to this small town. Like, the mayor himself actually said that every other city should be envious.
Hold on. Now, Doug
Talk
is
to
an absolutely amazing. I mean, I got like 3 emails from Doug this morning.
There you
Right?
go.
This
Right?
dude is
He's
absolutely
on
on it. He really is.
100%.
You got to give it up to Rusko. I mean, he took this town and has just propelled it into disc golf stardom worldwide.
100%. How many courses are in town, Greg?
I have no idea. It's over a dozen.
Yeah, I heard it was
Everywhere
like
you
close
go.
to 15 courses.
Yeah,
in
and when you roll
Emporia.
into town for
It's
DDO,
just crazy.
it's just like there's signs everywhere saying, welcome disc golfers. Like, this is definitely the disc golfers Disneyland. Isn't that what
So this was GBO before,
GBO,
right? Now it's DDO.
DDO?
Eric McCabe invited me to the first GBO he hosted.
No
Wow.
way.
I didn't come for 12 years. I'm like, sorry, I'm not leaving California. Not in the middle of April, man. My home course, like one of my home courses, Auburn, has a tournament.
Perfect weather.
They have it's impressive what they've done with this event.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
a
great.
spectacle. You got over 1,000 people. This year, we miss all of our European compadres. We miss all you guys coming over here. This is just such an amazing experience for so many golfers.
It does. It does suck that they can't be here with us right now.
For
but
sure.
we
Those guys
know-
are crazy. The Estonians are nuts.
Dude,
Yes.
I saw some of those videos, man.
They're
And
crazy.
look, they are crazy.
They were over there like serving shots, and you know what? If you didn't drink, they'll give you coffee, tea, whatever.
Shot of
They-
espresso.
Hey, well,
They-
we'll have those guys back next year.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
so,
can't wait,
so
yeah.
quick shout out to Doug Bierkes, of course, and everybody at Dynamic Disc for putting this event on and for asking the 19th hole to come in. So when they asked us to come in, Mike and I went to work. First person I could think of. Let's open up Dynamic Disc Open with the infamous
Well,
Gregg Barsby. The man, the myth, the legend. You're a legend just like that roller race, right? Like,
yeah, they've heard about it.
they've heard about it, but they haven't seen you till they've seen you, right? Let's talk about everything you're doing right now.
Okay. Well, I'm
And
here.
then we're going to go kind of backwards because I want to talk about what you're doing with the Barsby battle.
Okay.
But then I want to go back to, like, did you roller skate, dirt bike, that kind of stuff. Let's go pre-Bars.
I was a skateboarder.
I knew you were, man.
But, first, my parents put me in skis at 3. And then,
Okay.
I started snowboarding at 6. So, that was actually when I started playing disc golf, too. But, I was an avid snowboarder for many years.
So what mountain were you ripping?
Sugar Bowl.
Sugar Bowl was the
Sugar
home
Bowl,
race?
yeah.
Okay.
And you were playing disc golf that young,
Yeah,
too.
North Lake Tahoe, yeah, Sugar Bowl. I was never really a Boreal. Donner Ski Ranch. They have a disc golf course now, too, which is
No
cool.
way. Okay.
But Yeah, I mean, I was big on snowboarding for a long time. I love to ride. I mean, I rode like 55 times a year there for about 5 years. I mean, I was really into snowboarding.
Wow.
And I love to, you know.
It sounds
Funny
like
enough,
Mike Skidmore.
You guys are like Colorado. I've actually
Yeah.
never ridden in Colorado.
Oh,
Which just,
man.
But I haven't ridden in so long because I've been playing disc golf on tour for 15 years. So I haven't ridden a snowboard in 12. You know, and it's a real bummer. Just
Does that mean you're gonna come like? I mean, after this interview, obviously you're gonna realize, you know, the greatest
Yeah.
disc golf talk show on earth, which is us. You know what I'm saying? So then you have to, you gotta feel obligated at some point to come fucking shred the gnar with us.
I would love to shred the gnar. Let's just find a powder day and
Done.
we'll get it done.
We'll do it. We'll get Chris White snowboard. I have no idea. how to
Exactly.
do
We'll
it.
leave Eddie at the
Yeah, Eddie will be drinking.
If
I'll
in the
put on a
parking
leg
lot.
brace and
At
sit
the
by the
lodge.
fireplace. And I'll talk about how I hit this half pipe.
You
But
could be like, yeah, we rode the gondola to the next bar up there.
oh, bro. I went so high, I caught
legit.
a cornice.
That's
You know
legit.
what I
Hey,
mean?
let's just jump right in. Let's get this started. Let's get this interview going. Greg, what's your PDJ number?
15857.
I mean, that's a pretty early number. That got you started. So you went on tour. You've been on tour, what, about 15 years now?
2007 was my
Wow.
first year.
And so tell us a little bit. What was your inspiration? Do you remember any thoughts from back when you first got started that first year, I'm sure there's got to be something that
I mean, 2007 definitely wasn't the first
inspired
year.
you
I
to
mean,
go after
I mean, I played
playing pro.
I played Worlds in 05 in pro and in Pennsylvania. I played my first pro Worlds in 2004 in Des Moines. So I had actually my dad and Jeff Stoops took me to my first World Championships, the first ever
Stoops.
Pro-Am World Championship in 2000, Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Wow.
Wow.
Who were
And-
you playing against? Like, who are the big names that our viewers might understand?
There's none of them.
None of them.
Yeah,
This is back in the day.
nobody's there.
How many times have you played against Ken Kleinman?
2002, I played Am Worlds in Miami, and
Bam.
there's the real names. That was our junior. That was like our junior class, right? Miles Harding took first, 2003 Rookie of the Year
Wow.
pro, and then I took second. Matt Oram took third, and Double G took fourth. And that was really, I think, the junior class. Those were the guys that really pushed me. Obviously, Miles was a huge problem. How do I say it? It was just a problem, man. He's too good. Doss was always a couple years older than me, so Nate Doss and I never really played with each other until we both started playing open because
Right.
he was on that same advancing scale as Miles and I were. So, but yeah, I mean Doss. As far as like coming up, I mean I had a bunch of old school guys: Mike Loya, Jeff and Johnny Lisman, Mike Travers,
Yeah.
Ray Johnson, Jason Herm, Seth Reeder, those guys. There's a lot of names on that list.
A
for
lot.
sure.
You've played
Jay
with
Bader.
a lot of the best. You've played with the
Yeah.
champ,
Yeah,
Right.
sure have. Yeah.
Barry. You've played with everybody.
Yep.
That's putting a lot of miles on the courses, Mike.
Oh
For
man,
sure.
I'll tell you what. And I think what's cool with Gregg is, at least in my vision, is from the early Gregg to the later Gregg, he's had a chance to play with
With
a
everyone.
wide spectrum of players.
This is true.
And
Like we
so
just
you
said,
got
like,
some
from
you know,
Ken to Eagle.
yeah, and
Sure.
quite a few in between. So
Yeah.
I just think that's
a lot of guys no one knows and had all the skills in the world, but got to go do something else because the opportunity isn't there for them.
You know what,
Yeah.
Greg? We have that same thing in Colorado. We've got like Rob Nichols,
Yeah.
Joe Revere. I'm sure you've heard his name.
I think that's
Joe,
just,
I played with Joe. I played with Joe
I
at
think that's
Kansas
a
City
normal.
Worlds,
Joe,
2009.
Joe's an amazing player.
Incredible, sick
Uh,
putt,
but
monster.
he's an even
hyzer thrower.
better husband, better father, better teacher, and you know what I mean.
good.
Like some people don't have that opportunity.
He's just a good man.
Oh
I like
my
Joe.
God, man, he's one of my idols, dude.
I like Joe.
Joe's an amazing dude.
I think
Um,
disc golf is one of these sports where, you know, you gotta stick your neck out there if you want to play,
100%.
if you want to go pro.
100%.
Up until very recently, and you probably vouch for me, the sport was a lot different. I mean, I obviously I am not a pro and I have never
Sure.
been, but I've had a retail disc golf business now almost 15 years, and I've
Now
seen
it's
a lot of
booming.
what's going on in the sport.
Yeah.
And just seeing local pros and meeting guys coming into town and hearing the stories and what they go through just to stay out on tour.
You don't even want to know the stories, buddy.
No.
All right.
I mean,
Just messing
true.
with you.
no, but I mean,
Just playing with you, man.
but you are. I mean, I know it's been a challenge, and so
Yeah.
what are some of your motivations that kept you going when you were kind of questioning the decision of, is this the right thing for
That's a
Gregg
great
to
question.
be doing?
That's a great question, Mike. For real. I think that to be in sports in general, you've got to have that like kind of next level cut off. Like, how do I explain this to everybody? You just got to be able to shut it down. And that, whether that be people's opinions or how you've been playing or the feelings that you're having when you're playing, like you got to be able to shut it down and just get into that moment right here.
Yeah.
Right. This is
100%.
it. And you've got to live in that moment and really be able to thrive in that moment is something that I think a lot of top players have, and many players that are on the come up have either had a taste of, and they're just trying to refine it. Because once you can flip that switch, when you look at some of the best players in any sport, they're able to just flip that switch and really turn it on.
In a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And-
Michael Jordan.
and
You
you've
know,
gotta be-
playoffs done.
You've just got to be able to do that, and it can be a little tougher because we don't have some of the set norms that other sports have, and some of those introductory programs that a basketball has or a
Yeah.
baseball has and stuff like that. So disc golf is a little bit tougher to break into because you're on your own fully unless you have a really great support system. So
Yeah.
I feel like it can be a little
100%.
tougher for people to either make it, and then some people realize that the tour life isn't for them and it's a really long grind, so they go back and do what they have to do to either support their family
Well-
or to make themselves whole.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
because
happy.
you guys aren't making millions of dollars out here.
Yeah, there's only
Only
one of us.
There's one.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
But do you feel like that's going to change? Do you feel like that scale is going to change eventually? I mean, you got players like Ricky Wysocki and Eagle and yourself, and
I don't know. I don't know if it'll change. It all depends on who wants to put their money in the game. You know, you've got a bunch of big companies now. You got Bushnell that's really been pushing.
Pushing hard, yeah.
They're kind of like a face of the sport now. I mean, UDisc has begun
played
to-
against boards, went down to Jonesboro and put up some money. So
I mean, there's some bigger companies now. Smith Optics has touched the sport. I mean, there's some bigger companies that have kind of melded in it now, and then you've had big companies that have kind of taken away from it. Adidas Terex, you
Right.
know, that really just and didn't give anything back to the sport. But then you got every player saying that they're sponsored by Adidas, so they feel special.
they still get the
and,
the
you know,
hashtags all
right,
day.
right. So, but you're seeing Bushnell has really kind of, pushed some stuff. Obviously, Discraft's made a huge move back into the market. So you do have real money there. But I mean, not everybody's Paul McBeth, you know.
No,
And
no.
it's very rare to find a young man that can do what Paul has done and has the drive and motivation that he has. So.
And talk about turning the switch. Paul's a perfect example of somebody who can turn that switch on and off.
100%.
It's
And when he's
insane.
in the zone,
Paul
he's
run you down
in
out of
the
nowhere.
zone.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm undefeated
He's
against
crazy.
Paul. I don't know what your record is
Nice.
against Paul.
You
but
never played against him.
Well, we didn't have to put that fact out.
We already
but
knew
I am,
that.
But I am undefeated.
We already
against Paul.
knew that.
I mean,
But you never
if you're
beat him
watching
either.
Paul, I mean, let's go Peter Pan. You know what I mean?
You
It's
don't want to
gonna
play
work.
with Paul. He's got such good touch.
I know.
Macbeth
His
has
balance
insane
is
touch,
perfect.
man.
Yeah, right?
His balance is fantastic. Nice point. I mean,
Yeah.
Paul's
100%.
balance
His
is
balance
top
is
notch.
just
Yep,
perfect.
100%.
One of my
It's like-
favorite players to watch. I love playing with Paul. Every time, I always feel like he likes playing with me too.
I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, he doesn't have to deal with these other guys.
I mean, I could see that, dude. Like, if I'm
He's
going
like,
to play disc golf.
Whew, I got Greg. All right, thank goodness.
He's gonna be chill.
Paul, we're gonna be talking to you on Thursday. We'll have to clarify
Yeah.
that.
Do you really want to play with Greg?
He probably doesn't, but hey,
So-
that's how I feel, and I don't care how he feels about it.
You know, Greg, there's like a rumor that kind of going around the disc golf community that you are the longest active touring pro currently.
That is not a rumor. That's a fact.
I
That's
mean,
a fact.
that is truly a fact, isn't
That is
it?
a fact.
that's a
There's
fucking
nobody
fact.
else that has been on tour nonstop
100%.
for 15 years. And that's an accomplishment in its own right. So congratulations for that. I know you've had to struggle along your way to
Yeah,
get
sure.
to where you're at today.
Gas
And-
prices were tough, and what was it, like 7 years ago? Those were rough years,
You know
man.
what? You don't even consider those variables.
Those were rough years. I remember
outside
just
of-
siphoning all of my winnings into the gas tank. I was like, ugh.
And
I
the
thought you were
winnings
gonna
weren't
say
that
siphoning
big.
the neighbor's gas.
Oh no,
At the hotel.
siphoning, no.
No. I thought you were siphoning.
I'm not
gas,
like
bro.
that, man. I'm not like that.
I was
I'm not
like,
a
hey,
shyster,
can we
man.
get this guy a raise real quick?
No, I've always had,
Oh, man.
I've always had great support. That's, I think,
Yeah.
been the number one thing, and especially with a sport like this, it's hard to put into words. I've had incredible support through the years, not only from my local guys, but a lot of the touring players, the people in the towns that I've went to that have wanted to see me succeed, and I really just got to give it up to all the fans that support the players, because they're the reason that we're out here being able to do what we do.
100%.
I mean, winning or lose, you're gonna have good weekends and bad weekends, but without the support of the people, it's really tough to make it a go.
For sure, and not only like, but you got another record. One of our guys back here, Ben, had a good question last night. So you're known for like just shattering course records, but
I do have like over 50.
50.
That's
okay.
impressive.
And this actually
I
comes
think-
from Ben Fairley. He's one of our
Okay.
producers, our graphic guy back there. He wants to know what
Okay.
your favorite sanctioned or unsanctioned course, unsanctioned, just straight up that we haven't heard about. What's your best like course shattering record unsanctioned? Like that we don't even know. Like you're
Well, I don't even know if it's unsanctioned, but I bet you a lot of people don't know about flipping the disc.
just okay.
Flipping the disc in Washington. There's actually a video, if y'all go on YouTube,
Okay.
check out Flipping the Disc. I was playing, excuse me, like a bat out of hell that week. Shot a 39 the first round. Course had never been rated. And they gave me a 1093, and I was pissed. Because I birdied.
1093.
And I'm mad.
I was pissed.
Come
'cause-
on,
'cause,
man.
dude, I
What'd you
birdied
shoot?
2 unbirdieable holes. I, like, made this insane putt, and then like threw a drive that went 700 feet downhill and cashed a 70-footer. Like, you're not twoing it. Nobody's twoing that hole. I was playing really good. I mean,
You might be the best storyteller.
I
in
won
disc
the
golf
tournament.
I've ever
I
talked
won
to.
the tournament by 15,
Dang.
but 54.
Oh, okay.
Could have been 55. With, I mean, the one was 740
I mean, it's
feet
great,
downhill.
Bart.
I threw it 680
Yeah,
and
no,
cashed like a
beat everybody
65
by
footer. It was
15.
sick, dude.
And I'm mad.
It was
Come on.
sick. That was probably the best course record that I have. I don't think it'll ever be broken. I don't even know if the course is there. It was the Alpine.
So that's the
course.
one. That's the one that sticks out to you.
Yeah, I mean, I remember we were in Estonia. I was with Philo. We were on the high energy tour, and we did the clinic before the round. Oh, shoot, I can't remember what the name of the course is. Corvima, maybe. And guys like, have you practiced the course before the tournament? We're like, no, we just did the clinic. He's like, you've never played the course. We're like, no. He's like, and you're going to beat us, because the Cali Challenge was, we're gonna do a clinic and then we're gonna play the course against you guys, straight up cash game.
All right.
Top 3 get paid. There was like 70 people.
Okay.
Right.
So there's some money. How much you guys put in?
$10 a piece.
All right, a little bit of money there.
Yeah. So, but only the top 3 get paid after 70, right? It was like,
Right.
250, 150, and
It's
like
gas
100 or
money.
something. Yeah. Or over their train money. So we followed. We got train money. But yeah, he was like, "What do you mean you've never played the course?" And we're like, "We're not gonna play it." He's like, "You're not going to practice." I'm like, "No, we're gonna play." And I set the record. He's like, "I understand now." I'm like, I mean, if you
understand
look,
now.
and just for all of your listeners, everybody that's tuning in, if you get a lesson with Philo, you'll know what I mean, right? You can take the fundamentals and the basis of what the game is
Yes.
anywhere and be able to apply it to the canvas.
Look, there's only 3 shots that you have to be able to throw. That's a hyzer and hyzer and a straight shot. Every course is the same.
Right, my dad would be
You know
an
what I mean?
incredible player if he had those 3.
Look, all I carry is putters, Greg. That's it. That's all I have in my bag.
Okay.
Period. I got like
Really?
8 of them.
You're
I
playing
mean,
those
we-
out here this week? Are you playing this week?
Well, I'm busy interviewing top-notch players.
So
like
you're not
you.
playing this week?
No, but if I was, you wouldn't want me to be playing.
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Look,
that.
Welcome,
All right.
man.
No,
Let's just
man.
go ahead and keep this show moving
Yeah.
right along.
Sorry, I got him. I got him.
Got me rattled.
Sorry about that.
What's your funniest memory that you have from being on tour, from growing up all the way back in the day to today? What's the funniest thing that you can ever remember happening on tour? He's already laughing.
Oh man, this was a good one. We were at the memorial, and we heard there was a little downtown thing in Arizona going down right in Phoenix. So where they shut down a few of the blocks, and it's a block party. Basically.
Okay.
So Matty-O
Not
and
a
I,
DDO block party.
no, Matty-O and I roll out there. This is not affiliated with disc golf at all.
Okay.
Zero.
Oh, all right.
And
even better.
And there's a guy playing drums, and somehow Matty-O coaxes me, talks to this drummer who's got a drum set out there, and he coaxes me up on this guy's drum set, and I'm like in the zone, and I'm just killing it. This guy, I'm like, can you play a couple metal licks? Great, because I'm a double bass drummer, so he had a double bass pedal, and we knocked it out for like 30 minutes, and their tip jar was just like full to the brim.
Yeah. That's
And I'm like, I'm out. And the guy's like, bring your boy back. Like,
Bring your
No.
boy back.
Well, that's going to take
that
us
was
right
super,
into the
that was
next
super
thing.
fun, yeah.
I guess so.
I mean, we know you're a huge drummer. Double bass, we know that. We've seen the videos.
I have played drums before.
Once, right?
Yes.
At a Music City.
I've played on one record,
Music City.
and yeah, I don't have anything really like on Spotify or anything, unfortunately. But
So
I've been
what-
out of music for so long.
What's your favorite music to listen to, not play? What's your favorite music? What's your go-to? Because I feel like,
I like-
every disc golfer has like a go-to playlist. you
I
know?
like good mid-pace dance music, like EDM, ETI, or
Grateful Dead,
a
maybe.
couple good ones. No, I don't mess with Grateful Dead.
No.
I can deal with them, but
How does that
Yeah.
tie into dance?
I'll play.
music?
I'll
I don't
play.
know, I
I'll
dance to
play
Grateful.
Fish. I mean, Trey's the man. I mean, there's so many good musicians. But if I'm gonna just sit there and rock out, I'll probably listen to like Necrophagist or
Alright.
really good technical death metal, Spawn of Possession.
Boom, done. And
Yeah.
that's like your pre-round. Like you're gonna go to that, just kind of.
Yeah, maybe I'll go a little more brutal if I'm feeling like the course is abrasive. I'll play some Eon or
If you're in kill
know,
mode.
yeah,
it's
yeah.
time to go
Death
to work.
mode.
something like that. Decrepit Birth.
Do you get a chance to play drums anymore? I know you're on tour. It's not like you're going to keep a kit with you on
No.
tour, but
No,
do you ever get
no.
a chance to bang on any
Very
drums?
rarely, once a month, twice
Yeah.
a month, maybe.
But so you still, I mean, occasionally though,
Yeah.
right?
I try my best to get on a kit.
That's awesome.
Doesn't happen.
How many days are you traveling this year, Greg? Like, what do you got on the schedule? When are you going to be able to go home? You know what I mean? Just do your home
We'll
stuff.
be home.
Again.
I'll be home on July 4th.
Okay.
I just bought a home in East Texas.
Yeah.
So I'll be home July 4th probably through 10th, and then we'll go back out, play Des Moines. And
Sweet.
then all the way through September, and then we'll be back after US Open and Pro Tour Championship in October. Got a couple events in November lined in, and we'll probably chill for a little bit.
Home life, Greg. What's
I know.
this home life
This is
thing
weird.
for you? You bought a home.
It is very weird.
I mean-
your guess is as good as mine.
Have you guys begun to adapt to kind of like?
I did just buy a pool table.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
that's
hey.
the first thing you need in the home, right there. It's pool table.
Well, I had a dining room table, and I'm like, what am I doing with it? It was just my girlfriend and I, so I'm
And
like,
you could always put a top on top of the pool table.
correct.
So.
So we bought a pool table and got rid of the dining room table.
Done.
Yeah.
Right. So when the 19th hole comes down, we can just hit you up. Got a place to crash, play pool, poker, the whole 9 yards, right?
Yeah, I mean, depending on your crew, I can accommodate 4. Any more,
Somebody's
any
gonna
more
have
than
to
that
stay.
might be tough.
All right.
Ladies always get first dibs.
Absolutely.
So,
100%. All right, brother. So let's talk about Casey. How long you guys been together?
Casey?
Yeah, where'd she go?
I don't even know.
She gone.
She's probably hanging out at the bar, making sure that John Willis isn't drunk. But
That's a good plan.
she's
We
a
are at
good girl.
DDO.
Casey and I've been together for 2.5 years, maybe a little more.
And you guys just moved down to Texas. And you did that so you could be more centralized in the nation, right?
Yeah.
To hit more tournaments. Because, I mean, if you're driving from Cali all the way out to South Carolina, that's a huck.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, I would fly at that point. I've done that drive enough times.
No way. Yeah, that's just too much.
That's
I
a
can't-
whole different game, though.
I did-
Flying
yeah.
too.
I mean, I did drive Drew Gibson on his first cross country trip.
that's probably another show in its own right.
Oh yeah.
And now
That-
these
that's
days,
right. But yeah. So Casey and I moved down there in 2019.
19. Okay.
Yeah. So we've been there. I've been in East Texas for like a year and 8 months.
Are you liking it down in Texas compared to Cali, or what are you thinking?
I mean, East Texas is what it is. You know, you got denim and spurs. You know,
It's hot and humid, man.
it's the real deal. We try
Yeah.
to stay out of there in the summer as much as
It's
possible.
hard. It's hard, but there's a lot of disc golf, man. There's tournament directors
So
all
much
over,
disc golf.
and there's events all year. You know,
You
unlike
could
we're-
go to Dallas and play a league every day.
and they're called minis because
awesome.
where we're from, they're
Such an
called
awesome
league.
deal, man. I'm
For
telling
tags.
you, the Dallas
yeah.
scene is slammed, and it's badass. There are so many good courses. You can go to Austin; they've got amazing courses. You can go to Houston. I mean, they're way down, but they've got action. I mean, 2 hours away from the house, I could go and get action for a couple weeks. I wouldn't even have to.
How close are you to Austin?
4 hours.
All right, because I qualified for that national amateur
Nice.
disc golf thing. You know,
Austin's legit.
so I'm gonna go after down there.
Beautiful
I'm
town.
gonna crush
Yeah,
it.
That's a
Perkins.
great
Probably
town.
gonna use one of
Perkins
these
and
Barsby
Connor.
scores to win the entire event. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a good chance.
Yeah, there is. As long as it's bottom stamped with your name, done.
Could be a top stamp. You
That's
can get
a
the
wrap.
1-9.
That's a
but-
wrap.
Hey, so let's talk a little bit about what you're doing, Greg. You got a business.
Yeah.
We got a brand going. Tell us a little bit about your brand and about what you'd like to do with this.
My whole goal behind Barsby Line and Barsby Empire is to just invigorate the scene. I mean,
Diamond.
disc golf's just growing. You know, my whole idea behind it is just to invigorate players to get stoked and go play.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it.
So
Inspiring
you got-
people
you got
to play
clothing?
better disc golf.
You've got discs.
I do custom stamps on discs. I've got a bunch of hats, right? Like shirts are tough, right? Like I don't have like a clothing brand per se. It's just I'll put out stuff from time to time. I got a bunch of headwear this year. Headwear's a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier to store. You know, it doesn't get as dusty.
Yeah, I get you. I think I need one of those headbands.
Being on
I'm
the
saying.
being on the tour can be really tough because you have to load everything in and out every week. So
Where do people go if they want to go online to get some of your gear? Do you got any stuff online that are
I actually just took all my stuff down off Barsby Empire.
really? So you're
Greg-
taking it out with you on tour?
Yeah,
or-
GreggBarsby.com. You can still get one of my tour support packages,
Okay.
but I
But
took,
otherwise, just
everything
catch it.
down. So, you know, because I have to go to work and make sure I have something to ship it in.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
just another job that you got to be responsible for when you're out on tour, right?
Totally.
Is taking care of shipping product. That's
I look forward to actually playing golf this year.
Yeah, and just relaxing and having fun, doing cool
I
interviews
mean,
like this.
relaxing and having fun are one thing. Playing good golf helps all of those other things be a lot easier.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man. But if you can't relax and you're not having fun, you're not going to play good disc golf. Would you disagree?
I've been pretty uptight and played some amazing disc golf.
You know what? So's Ben Farrell. That guy back there is a really good disc golfer, man. And when you
I've
think
been,
he's mad, he's just focused. You know
I've
what I
been
mean? So
really
you got to
uptight
be
and
careful
played
with what
amazing as
focus
well.
and uptight is, because there's a difference.
Yeah. Like it's all perception, right? Like
100%.
just making sure that you're in the right headspace to play good golf. Like this week, I understand I'm coming to DDO at a disadvantage to a lot of the long arm guys. So my whole goal is to play at ease, 85% power, try not to overplay,
And make your
see
putt.
what the course gives me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and it's windy here. You have to agree. Like the last couple days we've been here, Greg, it's been windy, just nonstop, all day, every day. So that's an equalizer immediately, right? Because some guys that can boom, I don't care if you can throw 600, but if you can't control the wind will control you.
There's a few guys that are really going to have an advantage into any headwinds. Everything else is going to be pretty much head up and who can throw the disc really close to the basket.
That's true. Yeah, because you don't want to putt from the circle's edge or outside.
Gee, 22.
No, you don't want to.
I hate 22
You don't want that.
footers. In this wind, it's like the worst place to be.
So intimidating.
Yeah.
I'd rather be 40. You could pitch it.
So what's your, not that you want to share with the other hundreds of pros playing this weekend, but do you have a basic strategy going into a big event like this, Greg, where your mindset, I'm sure you mentally prepare for an event like this too. So are you conservative in the first round, building into more aggressive play at the end,
Right,
or
Good
do
point.
you have a game plan?
Yeah, because you seem to always come in a little bit slower, and then
You
like
gotta
it's
play. You
almost
gotta
like
play
you,
it in.
Yeah, you
get-
look at the other players.
Well,
and
you
then
can go hot. You can't win the tournament the first round. You can certainly
Right.
lose.
right.
If you take some of those,
There you go.
if you take some of those risks, you can lose early. So I'm just like I said, I'm playing 85%. Trying to make smart decisions. Don't make any stupid decisions.
Yeah.
Stupid decisions meaning 3 or 4 putts, because they happen out here in the wind.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to say,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
I make everything inside 30." Well, come out to GBO
Come out to
and
yeah.
see if you can really do it. I don't have any expectations for this week except to just play my game, try to play smooth, hit my lines, try to stick to as few discs as possible. I feel like in the winds out here, if you can play, if you can minimize like which disc you're throwing, then your knowledge base is really high, and your IQ can rise because you know what the disc is going to do in the specific winds if you throw it
Yeah.
enough times.
100%.
So
Speaking of that,
yeah.
what do you got under your seat? This isn't Oprah. Not everybody has one, but can you reach under your seat? Right here. There's something right underneath your leg right there.
What?
What is that?
What?
And can you tell us if that's like, is that one of your go-tos?
Oh,
Is this something that's going to help you in the wind?
Oh, the 111? Yeah. I won't throw this into a deadhead wind, but I will throw this in neutral conditions or downwind. I know it's going to be overstable.
Done. What is that, Greg?
It's a
Our
Scorpius.
viewers haven't even seen this. We only got a limited run of these. We got 35, and this is the bottom stamp.
It's a beauty.
Barsby.
It is a beauty.
It is. It's a
They're
Barsby
not stupid
beauty.
domey, but they're not flat either.
Somewhere
kind of
in
a
the
nice
middle.
gradual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So it's a bomber. It's got the 19th hole stamp on it, guys. We're going to have these available after this show. We'll put some information out. But again, this goes to help Barsby with his tour. We got these straight out of Millennium. I went and picked them up this morning with Kimberly.
These are sweet.
These are awesome discs. We're gonna sneak Greg a couple signatures on some of these for some future shows. So
Nice.
it'd be cool.
Speaking now, we're talking
Yeah.
discs now. We're talking Millennium.
Nice.
You want to take a minute, Greg, and kind of, you got anybody you'd like to say thanks to tonight? Any sponsors?
Other than us, of
anybody
course,
else
Greg.
that,
Of course.
that
you guys.
you appreciate that's helped you get where you're at today?
Sure.
Which is
I mean, well, there's been a lot. I mean, at this point, obviously, Innova champion.
Yeah.
For hooking me up with some sweet tour series. Keep your eye out for the Eagles. They're coming out in the next month and a half, I think.
Month and a half.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the new Eagles. We switched some things up. I'm not going to say any more. We switched some things up, so
Rad,
hopefully everybody
rad.
likes them.
Is
Millennium put out another run. This is the third run of the Scorps that I've done. This is the
Scorpius.
least overstable, in my opinion, which I think a lot of players will really like.
Yeah, because we can't all throw like you.
Well,
I'm
we
a
can't-
Scorpius
We can't all
lover.
throw like Calvin either.
What, exactly.
You know,
Come
so
on, man.
This
Break
isn't
those.
like stupid overstable, but it is very overstable. And to a headwind, I would consider this slightly overstable. For those of you keeping track at home, pick up a 111. They've got a bunch. Golfdesk.com. I mean, those are the people that really hook me up. Chainwreck.
Yeah, man. We love Dennis.
Chainwreck, Pro Shop out of Arlington, Atex, stay Poison Ivy free. Upper Park Designs, best bag on the market. It almost goes without saying. I can't believe people love the grip, but Upper Park's where it's at.
All right.
Well, there you have
I
it.
mean, I
There
gotta
you
listen
have
to
it.
this.
There you have
Look,
it.
Look, man, I'm
Good
carrying
man.
a Heiserbomb bag, man. So I'll take
That's
any.
a relic, man. You're carrying, dude.
I got 2 of them, man.
Okay.
I'm babying them.
All right.
Right? Like
All right.
I trade out because they're not even making them anymore.
I
but-
barely, I forget because it's just such an integral part of what I do every day that the Upper Park bag is just there.
Yeah,
It's
I've
just
seen a lot
nice
of them.
carrying bag.
Yeah, and there's plenty of storage. It's sturdy bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it too, man. Maybe I'll get me one of those.
You know, look, if you do, use my code Barsby10.
Barsby 10, Upper Park.
Please, yeah.
Barsby 10. Get you a discount right
and
there.
send Innova an email. Tell them to make more Roadrunners. Let's go.
You heard
Road
that.
runners.
You heard that. Those
You know,
Barsby
hey, look.
Roadrunners. I know for a fact at Fly Grain, we cannot keep those things in stock, Greg. Seriously.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like
know
people,
what's-
they're like, I'm out of stock. What am I gonna do? I'm like, they'll just call Innova. Just
tell
them
them
to
you
make
want
money.
more.
I tell you what's crazy. You know, a couple of years ago, you'd run out of something as a disc golf owner of a fairly decent sized shop, and you know, you'd be like, "I'll get 10, 15 more of those." Now, in the world we live in today, we say things like, "Well, can you get 100?"
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just completely changed.
Way changed.
It's like I don't know. I feel like if I don't,
Respect to the growth.
yeah,
Right?
mad respect to
Respect
the
to the
growth.
growth. I remember
100%.
when I was like a little kid, people were like, "Oh man, disc golf's gonna be big in like 5-10 years. Disc golf's gonna be big in like 5-10 years." And you're 5-10 years down the road. Disc golf's gonna be big 5-10 years. We're saying it right now. Disc golf's gonna be big in 5-10 years. We've heard it before. Don't believe the hype. Like,
It's not-
we're the
it's
ones
not
that are gonna
growing
make
at
it
all.
big. We're
It's
the
not
ones that are
even-
gonna make it big.
It's
So.
not even growing. Like,
Cheers
it's
to you
the same
guys for
amount.
doing the podcast. We're making
Hell
it big.
yeah,
man.
That's
Thank
what
you,
we
brother.
do.
We
That's what
appreciate
we
you
do.
Can't do it without
We
you
do
guys.
it.
So.
We do it together.
Absolutely.
Hell
All right,
yeah.
tell us, Greg, who is your biggest hero in disc golf and why?
Oh, that's a good question.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know who it is that
Ooh, my
that
biggest
inspired you.
hero. I mean, there were so many players that
I know
inspired
there's a
me.
lot.
I don't know if there were. I don't know if there was one. I mean, Seth Reeder probably.
There you go.
Tell us why. Tell us a story about Seth.
Seth, he was the flick master. He's flick wonder, right? He's just super nasty. I mean, people always are asking me how I make that nasty flick, and I mean, Seth had just the meanest whip. He used to throw the Banshee, through the KC Banshee, and this was like pre-champion edition, right? Like,
Old school. Old
yeah,
school.
like ripping it over and like bending it over. Yeah, really.
Wait, so
sick.
you're saying he could throw a forehand better than Stokely?
No,
No,
no.
that wasn't said, Stokely. Don't yell at us.
You know what? Scott Stokely's reaching.
He's nasty.
Yeah, he's reaching is what he's doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was nasty.
nasty.
Yeah, he's reaching now.
You are. Matter of fact, hey, if you want to call Greg out,
Go ahead. What's he
That's-
gonna do?
what are
I
you
got a
gonna do?
championship. What's
you
he
know
gonna
what?
say?
I'll give you our address to the Airbnb. Scott, you'll be there.
What's he gonna say?
What's he gonna say? I'd like him to say something. What
You
are
know
gonna-
what? What's wrong with a little controversy here on the 19th hole? It
But-
keeps us, keeps us
Keep
on
it
our
fresh.
toes.
I'm not
No,
worried
mad
about
respect.
it.
Love you.
I
love-
know.
love Scott.
I know stories about Scott that he won't tell you guys.
Greg,
I
you
don't
got,
wanna
you
hear
got
him.
nothing but love to give it. I know, and I got a couple stories myself, but everybody's been, we've all had our good and bad days, and
Sure.
You
You
know-
know what? Scott is doing some crazy stuff. I mean,
He's
I
always-
heard
he's
I
always
heard
up
he
to
did the
something.
clinic the other day, and
Today.
the guy's like, "I've never thrown better in my life."
Yeah, he
He
did
did
a
it.
clinic today for special
Yeah,
needs.
he showed up
Respect.
first. Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Respect. I'm not saying he's reaching in that fact. I'm saying he's reaching by doing his techniques and stuff. Scott has a very, very, how do you say it? I wouldn't say it's obtuse, but I think that's the wrong terminology for it. I mean, it's avant-garde. I mean,
Avant-garde is a good way to describe it.
it's just not basic. It's not standard. And I'm not saying that being basic or standard is a good thing, but I think that Scott's just he's really far over there. Like he's gonna need he's gonna
I
need
guess
to,
there's a good question we'll have to ask
he's
Scott.
gonna need
is
to
what
work
makes
with
him
somebody to
think
get
that
his
way?
to get his style to mesh with somebody.
For him to throw like Scott, 100%, because I definitely get it.
Dude, dude's like 6'6".
Dude, he has the most unorthodox sidearm.
It's
For
crazy.
sure.
How are you gonna teach people to do that? You have three
Right?
elbows.
But he does it, and
It's crazy, man.
I mean, in all honesty, I'm pretty sure I could beat Scott on any course here in town.
Whew. Now that
Wow.
is
I-
really saying something.
I mean,
I'm just gonna
we're both
step in
masters.
and
It is what it is. I mean, we're not using this show to challenge people, but
I would
mean,
love to challenge Scott. I would
love to.
You know what?
Scott.
I'll
You know
challenge Scott to an all forehand and putting tournament round right now.
I guess
for $1,000,
I guess you
I'll
heard
challenge
this,
him right
and
For
now.
we will be
$1,000
filming this.
Wait, did you just hear? You love to
I heard
gamble.
this.
You heard this.
I'll play
All right,
Scott $1,000, flicks off the tee, and putters only.
Okay, look, we're gonna wrap
Right.
this show up literally on that. But listen, pay attention to the 19th hole. We're going to get our Patreon going on. We're going to end this broadcast with Gregg Barsby right here at DDO. But we're going to ask him some bonus questions, guys. So make sure that you pay attention for the Patreon. Scott Stokely. Bro, I called you out. I mean, I know you're a lot older than me. Barsby called you out. I'm not going to throw forehand.
I'm going to call you out of bed because you've been sleeping.
I'll probably just throw all putters because you two guys can't throw putters like the Wooders
Scott
can.
wants to be like, hey, I'm the guy. We're
Right.
going to find out.
I know we're going to film it and we're going to
Mike's probably going to caddy for me, so I'll go against Stokely and Barsby with only my Omegas. Any park you guys want here in town.
Holy
right now.
sugar.
I'm not putting up the grand. Hey, look, guys, this is the 19th hole. I am your host, Eddie Wooders. We're live here in Emporia, Kansas for DDO 2021.
You want to catch our bonus footage, you got to join our Patreon account. You got to get that set up. That'll be live in a couple days. You'll be able to catch this extra 10 minutes.
Yep.
Otherwise, we just want to say thank you to all our viewers. Thank you to everybody that supports
And this
disc
guy.
golf. Thank you to Gregg Barsby for joining us tonight.
Thank you for
Gregg,
having
it's
me,
been a
guys.
pleasure.
Much appreciated.
Hell yeah,
Much
man.
appreciated. And just so everybody knows, all the shit talk is just for fun.
Oh,
It's all
definitely.
fun.
I can't beat either one of these guys, but it'll be fun to
It's
go
all
film
for
it. You know what
fun.
I'm saying?
But Scott is going down for $1,000.
For sure, I could
Yeah.
beat him with a putter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
I want to thank Dwight Venatucci behind the screen. Ben Fairley back there. You can't see him. Kimberly Spencer. God, why
Thank
do I
you,
keep
Kim.
doing that? That is so
Kick
weird.
ass.
But anyway, I
Kick
love
ass.
all you guys. Mike,
I'll take care.
You the man, Eddie.
all right.
I'll be good,
Thanks,
man.
Greg.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thanks, Greg. Peace.